Today, on Be Something Wonderful, you're not manifesting it, you're remembering it. I am your host, Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Another big video for you today. One of you reached out and wanted to talk about this video that I released on the other channel, at the Tom Kearin YouTube channel. And the title was Make It a Memory. Make your imaginal future a memory. This is powerful. Make your imaginal scene, what you imagine, what you want and desire to manifest in your life, in your reality. Make it a memory. That's powerful because when you make it a memory, then it exists here and now. It is your reality here and now. That's the power of making it a memory, because after all, you're not really manifesting anything. What are you doing? You're remembering it. You're remembering that perspective or viewpoint or vantage point of all that you are as all that is. You're remembering that identity or that version of you that already exists. You exist as that simultaneous everything, everywhere, everyone, all at once being. And so you're remembering it. Reality is not really something you create or manifest. It really is something that you remember. Remember what a memory is. A memory is a mental image. A memory is a mental image or an imaginal frame of reality that exists within you here and now. It's not something that's stored in your brain, but rather it resides in the eternity film archive of all that is. It resides in the infinity of all that you are, with infinite potential frozen frames of light or images of information or potential. That's what reality is. It's just this infinite storehouse of infinity of information. All that you are, all that is, as reality. These images exist within you. There it is. There's that imaginal frame that we show many times. Some refer to this as the Akashic records, right? The Akashic records, meaning all the information that ever is, was, or ever be exists here and now. And we call it sometimes the eternity film archive, or all that is, or infinity, or the quantum field. Whatever you want to call it, it's all you as all that is. It's you as I am awareness. Everything exists within I am awareness, right? So yeah, the Akashic records, whatever you want to call that, it all exists now as a memory. All these infinite mental images. And so really, what is reality creation? Creation's finished means all these memories or mental images exist here and now as potential. And so if they exist here and now, then how are you manifesting or creating or creating that experience of manifesting? You're remembering. You're remembering yourself from a unique vantage point or viewpoint or perspective. All that you are, you remember this unique part of you or experience as all that is. It's still all of you, right? So this is powerful. Vadim Zeland in reality transurfing refers to infinity or the Akashic records or whatever you want to call all that is, the quantum field, as the alternative space, or the film reel or roll archive, where all these possible potential experiences or realities exist for you, all these identities. All things are possible because you are all things. You are all that is. This is what Vadim Zeland says in reality transurfing. There are an infinite number of alternatives. And so there is no guarantee that the film reel or roll taken from the shelf is destined to end up in the projector. In other words, as a conscious projected physical experience within your experience of reality. They all exist. What determines it then? What comes true for you? What comes true or for your reality for you, right? That we call the truth or what we live and experience. What comes true for you depends on your intentions, your definitions, your assumptions and beliefs. That's what's probable for you. All things are possible. What's probable depends on your mix of intentions, of assumptions, of definitions of who you are, your self-concept as all that is. But they're all there. So if it ends up in the projector of your physical experience, of your experience in time and space, depends on you. Each image or memory has a unique address. Vadim Zeland points to this idea, right? Each image or memory or possible reality or identity of you has a unique address in that alternative space of infinity. Remember, it's all you, whether it's an image or a memory or a reality or a version of you. Each of them have their unique address in this alternative space. So the realities are not stored in your brain, but the addresses you have access to. You exist within all addresses and all images or memories. Hear this. But where you live is decided by you. In other words, you exist as all that is. All those memories, all those images, all those addresses exist within you and you as them. But you have the free will to choose where to dwell, where to live within you. What version of you, what version of reality is going to be your experience, right? And in an early video, a few years ago now, one of you that followed the channel, and maybe still follows it, would use this idea saying, I don't live there anymore, to realities or alternative versions of her and her experience that was no longer her choice. If she would see appearances that were unwanted or things that were not her choice anymore, she would say, I don't live there anymore. It became a powerful mantra, right? To deny the power and authority of unwanted realities appearing within your experience. Right? And then in other videos, I brought up the idea of Deep Space Nine Emissary, the specific episode called It's Not Linear. If you Google that, Deep Space Nine Emissary, It's Not Linear, this scene will come up. You'll see the scene. I've talked about it in many ideas. This is the light beings. The light beings have the power to show you, to access your memories, all of those memories that exist within you, right? But remember, their power is that you're the light, and you're Commander Sisko, right? So Commander Sisko it keeps going back to the ship where his wife died under a Borg attack. He kept reliving that. And he said to the light beings, why do you keep bringing me back here? And they said to him, you exist here. We don't take you here. You take us here. We don't bring you here. You bring us here. Something like that. Very powerful, right? Because remember, this is you. Where are you dwelling? Where are you living within all that isness? He kept going back to the ship, to this memory that he didn't want, this experience that he kept railing against, right? When all possibilities exist with you, you get to integrate all of them as all that is, right? And so they said to him, we don't bring you here, or we don't take you here. You bring us here. You exist here. In other words, yes, he exists there, but you exist in all possibilities. But where you dwell, where you live, you get to choose. So if you watch the episode, it shows him as he integrates that memory with all of his memories. And it's a great example of identifying as the creator and source of your life experience, not being defined by any one memory. So this is powerful. And think of it this way. Here's all that is. All of those frozen frames of light or memories, mental images exist. This is all that is. That's the alternative space, or your I am awareness, or the quantum field, or the one divine mind. It's all the same, right? It's all the same thing. All of it there, and there you are as the center, framing your experience. You could also refer to this as the Akashic Records, right? Eternity Film Reel Archive. All potential addresses and images exist. These are all the addresses and images. But within that, divine mind that you are. You and that one divine mind are one. There's no separation. But you create this specific address or specific neighborhood of addresses, right? Your subconscious neighborhood, you might call it. What you believe is the truth of who you are in your reality. What we might call those subconscious tendencies, right? That feel automatic and feel like patterns. Because you create this neighborhood of addresses that you believe is you. But it's not you. You are the awareness within which all of those exist, right? And it becomes so true to you that you don't question it anymore. And you allow things to automatically happen and create in your experience, believing there's some power that's controlling everything, right? That this is where we believe that we're sabotaging our realities or our creations, but you're not. You have dominion over all of it. You get to create and recreate that neighborhood in every moment, right? You get to decide where you live. And when you say, I don't live there anymore, now you got it. Now you have dominion. Now you get to create that experience. This is powerful. So your physical manifested experience is the I am story that you remember about yourself in reality. As you thread together those frozen frames of light into an experience, into a linear experience that makes space-time sense within the simultaneous experience of all that is. Do you see? You frame these together, these frozen frames of light, because you're all of this. But to know yourself as all of that, you create this experience, this linear experience. You thread together certain frames of reality that have no connection whatsoever other than your story. All those frames exist independently of each other. The thing they have in common is they're you. You as all that is. But you thread together that neighborhood. Do you see it? That neighborhood that you live in. Those addresses, those infinite memories or frames or images of reality. And you create this horizontal linear experience. But you're never limited in any moment by any of that. It's new in every moment as you create this idea of who you were, who you will be, and who you are in this now moment. It's all created now. That's powerful. So let's continue with this. That's why Neville Goddard's technique, I remember when, can be powerful, right? Some love that technique. Neville Goddard recommended, I remember when I didn't have any money and now I have all of this money and now I'm a millionaire, right? The idea that you're creating that memory, you're creating it as a memory now, that you're no longer struggling, that you have all this money. You're no longer struggling with love or money or health. That's one idea of how to use your memory, of the idea that everything are images or memories within you. All possibilities are memories, past, present, and future. All those images exist. So everything you want and desire is not something you have to manifest and create, but rather to remember it here and now. That's the power there. You go to that address in the alternative space here and now. You thread together the images and memories, creating a new I am story here and now. So what's the most powerful technique for this? Remembering things as you would like them to be here and now. That I've always been wealthy. I've always been healthy. I've always been free. I've always been in love. I just remembered it wrong. And now I'm remembering it righteously, with the right mind, the right way, knowing that I am all these images. I remember now. I remember I've always been living my dream life. Wow, that's powerful. We're going to talk more about this on the Tom Kearin channel as well. Right, the whole idea of this power to remember. But wow, what a technique, right? You're not manifesting it, you're remembering it. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you for being with me. Be sure to join us for our video on the Tom Kearin YouTube channel. That's Kearin, the Tom Kearin channel. Join us there, and also join us later this month for our third live event of the year, where I answer your questions live on a chat as you ask them. And this will be scheduled for March 23rd at noontime Pacific time here in the US. Coming right live. I'm going to be coming to you live from the studios here in Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. We'll see you soon.